from you. He wants to hear from you before trouble comes. The reason it's hard for you to worship when trouble comes is because you're not used to worship. Mark chapter 11. I've got a whole nother subject here, but we owe him worship. You owe God your worship. We owe God our worship. These are good platforms. I'm not knocking them, but you spend more time praising yourself than you do God. You spend more time lifting yourself up. He said, I'm looking for you to lift me up. Look at this. He said, if I be lifted up, I will draw men to myself. We're trying to draw men to us. So we're lifting up ourselves. Oh, I'm already preaching now, so if I don't get to this. He said, if I be lifted up, I will draw men to myself. Everybody's got a platform now. And I'm not knocking, there's nothing wrong with the platform. But I hear the Holy Ghost say, you need to use it for me. If I be lifted up, the reason the world's not getting saved, the reason that they're getting saved less now than they were, is because we're not lifting him up. We spend time lifting ourselves up, praising our own selves, and when other people disagree, we go online and defend ourselves against them. But he said, if I be lifted up, you don't have to defend yourself if you're lifting him up. The reason you got to defend yourself because you've made it about you. You're calling it God. You're calling it a work of God. But you're lifting up oh my God. You're lifting yourself up. And I hear the Holy Ghost saying, God saying, I'm ready for you now to lift me up. Whatever you're doing, if it don't lift him up, it's not going to work. He said, if I be lifted up. This don't have anything to do with what I prepared to teach today. But he said, if I be lifted up, he said, you call on me when you're in trouble. You call on me when the enemy comes to destroy your life. But when you got a platform, you won't lift me up. You won't tell them about me. You're too busy talking about you. I know some folks ain't going to like it. But I made my mind up. I'm going to preach what he tell me to preach. The church is in trouble. And the pandemic exposed you. And we've been having rituals instead of church. We've been having rituals. We've been doing things and calling it God. And he's not in it. Just because it sounds deep, don't make it God. We're the real worshipers. I hear the Lord say we're the real worshipers. We're faking church. You faking it. It ain't real. I know this ain't the right kind of thing for the internet, but this is real. You've been faking it. It ain't real. You want him when you need him, but you won't worship him. You'll sit in an atmosphere like this and won't say, God, I thank you. You won't worship him in his house, but you will go online and talk deep. I hope some of y'all stay with me. I'm out here now. I got the pastor on me now. That's why your life is messed up. All this teaching. I've been talking to the Lord about you. All this preaching. All this word that he's given me. And some of you are stuck in a rut because you won't worship. You won't say, Lord, I thank you. There are people around you dying because they don't see your worship. They see you complaining. They see you beefing. You see the Christians on Facebook and Instagram beefing. I didn't mean for it to get this real today. You beefing on the internet when you ought to be worshiping.
We are live. Senior Pastor James F. Goodman, First Lady Tanya Goodman, and the Alive Church family. Please take your time to subscribe on YouTube. Like us on Facebook. You're welcome to join in person live on Sundays, 9:45 a.m. and Thursdays, 7 p.m. for Bible study. Know better, do better, have better.